Hello, everyone.
Hey, what it do, what it be?
What it is.
Welcome back to the podcast.
What? You're not Dan.
I know, you can tell that because we had a couple of problems and I solved them instantly on the fly. Problem number one, sun was blaring in.
Yeah.
You've seen that on the podcast
Yeah.
many times, I imagine. Within 2 minutes, problem solved there.
Perfect.
You are quite dark though, over there.
I know, but you know, it's... I guess
I mean,
it's
like,
balanced to what I'm wearing as
you know
well.
what? You're just very tanned, and I guess
I'm very
pale.
tan.
You are.
Yeah.
The solution was to just sling one of the 20 blankets we've got in the living room.
It's my favourite blanket, you know that one.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
the most comfortable one.
You'll be
I
using
think
it.
it's actually mine, thinking about it.
I mean, I'm not sure where that would have come from in my
I think it is
my
mine.
life.
I think I brought it.
Hey, I've got a blanket spare in my van now, it seems.
Oh, I think I've left one in your van
Yeah.
as well.
Is my YouTube subscriber plaque in
Yeah.
the van?
Yeah. Oh no,
Excellent.
it's in my flat because it was with the Xbox
with the-
and
yeah,
TV.
yeah.
And I didn't want that getting nicked out my van.
No, of course not. Why would you?
Excellent. Thank you very much for looking after that. Can you bring it round with loads of socks next time I see you,
Yeah.
please?
Yeah.
How are we doing, fellas?
I'm pretty good, you know. I've had a bit of a nice rest.
I'll
I'm
make you a
alright.
deal.
Yeah.
I'll bring that round if I can nick Guitar Hero.
Yeah. What have you? What on the 360?
Yeah.
What, you just want to have a go?
Yeah.
Man, I really want to play it again, man.
I've got.
I love Guitar Hero.
It is.
I didn't
brilliant.
really get to experience
No,
it.
of course.
At certain festivals.
I think we need to do a business expense, and I think we need to buy an arcade.
I'll check with the accountant.
Would you mind?
Yeah.
We need to speak more about that. Not on the podcast, but I really do want the arcade. Yes, of course, you can borrow it. I will need it back after festival
The
season.
TPD TV podcast, View from the Afternoon. Thank you for joining us.
So, what you been up to in the last couple of days, Vals?
Same old, to be honest with you. So, do you know what? I think I had a day off, you know. I think I had a day off on Monday.
Sounds good.
So I was shattered. I was like completely dead. I got in. I had a bath for like an hour and a half, like
Wow.
on proper like low power mode. Like the water was freezing cold by the end.
Wow.
And then I just went to sleep. And
Well,
I just
hey.
like napped all afternoon.
Well deserved.
Yeah.
Hey, I've just had a nap now. Fucking brilliant, man.
I love
I
naps.
had like
truly
an
love
hour
naps.
nap. It was
Yeah.
fucking great.
Well deserved, lads. Been putting in a big shift.
And then just work yesterday and today. It's been good. I've done some absolute nonsense this week, but I can't wait for you to see it.
Yeah, I'm really excited to. I'm always excited to see what you do. What you went up to, Raz, in the last couple of days since I last seen you.
Actual work,
Yeah.
like not this work, but like actual work.
Big
and
boy work.
I'll tell you what, it's driving me insane.
Why?
Because like just the constant context switching, like at my actual work, and then just entirely switching the context then to be like, oh, that's an interesting email that I need to reply to that channel, and I need to work that out, and I'm really interested in that.
We've had some interesting ones over the past couple of days.
Yeah.
I haven't seen too many.
Yeah, we've already spoken about some of them. So
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I bet that is tough. Maybe you need to put in like maybe just like an hour a day where you do nothing but the channel ones.
It doesn't work. I've tried that, but then like just blocking out the time just doesn't work because something will interrupt it, or it'll be like,
Yeah.
that I should respond
Yeah,
to
that's
immediately,
true.
and then immediately, as soon as that happens once, it's all fucked.
yeah, I mean, I always try to like do like emails on a morning, but again, it just never works out like that.
No, just appreciate the chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Just accept that life is hectic.
Mm-hmm.
The thing
It's-
is, like,
it's-
what we're talking about here isn't particularly like, it doesn't sound particularly stressful, but it is like, we're all slammed. The three of us in particular
Yeah.
are absolutely slammed.
Yeah.
Like, to the point where, like, I mean, you know, fully slammed. And I'm not complaining about it, it's great. But, like, when we were in Glasgow the other day and, like, I left the cat house with you,
Yeah.
I was chatting with Mary, and Mary was like, "You need a week off, Rob. You need to I'm trying to find a festival for the first week of August." She's like, "Why don't you just have a week off?" And I'm thinking, well, yeah, that'd be nice, but like, the reason that this is stressful and a lot of work is the key to becoming successful.
Yeah,
really.
absolutely. I would not.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change it. For
And
the world.
and you know what? There's a lot of stuff
Does it-
that I'd love to not have to get involved with and just to be done that's outside of my area of responsibility or whatever. But it's still great. and we're doing great
There's
work.
there needs to be like a bit of insanity in there
Yeah,
to make it
absolutely.
worth the graft.
Yeah.
Like it needs to feel hard, and if it don't feel hard, then I don't think it's working, or I don't think you're working hard enough.
And the rewards will come.
So if you,
Of course they will.
like, I finished my day like today. I literally finished my day like it got to like 10 to 5, and I was like, I am fucking done. I don't want to speak with you lot. Anyway, it's 8:30 and I'm here, so
The podcast is a tricky one, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because
it
I
is.
always forget, even if you tell me like an hour before, I always forget that all the podcast is on. So like yesterday, you know, I've had company for the last 2.5 days.
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's still been like full channel stuff, like sat there editing videos.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, I've got the fucking podcast
Yeah.
today. So
I think it's because it's out of
do
hours.
do us a favor and sit in my room for 2 hours,
Yeah.
even though
That's fine. Just it's like when you like leave a child in the room. You just put
let's
on like
make
man in
one
cave.
thing clear.
Put in man in
It's
cave
not
and just
like
leave,
that.
leave it be.
So yeah, it's, you know, I think we're all very I feel good. I feel very worked to the bare bones.
But I feel very accomplished. I feel very like
Yeah,
proud
we're
of
doing
everything.
great work, and the channel has never looked better.
No.
Yeah.
When you look at the hard numbers and facts and stuff, it's never been in a better place, and that's a testament to the work that we do, and we will reap those rewards when we know how to reap them properly.
Hey, I tell you what, there's going to be one hell of a retrospective at the end of this year.
Absolutely. Do you know what? I was literally thinking about that this morning. I was like, do you know what? I should have been collecting like all like just little bits here and there and like putting them together for one big project at the end. So then I'm not having to do it all at the end.
Cause it's cool that like the nature of what we do is seasonal.
Yeah.
So there is like a pretty hard start and a hard end, and we've got like maybe at least a month or two of like, okay, it stops now.
And that's going to be our reward for all
Yeah.
this. People think like, not everyone, but you do get some people who are like, that's not hard work. You just go to festivals all the time. But to produce it to the extent that you see is a lot of hard work.
Yes.
And and then our time off will be in like, I don't know, maybe after October, like maybe November, December, January, February.
Yeah.
And
Oh no, it starts in February. Like that's when the work starts.
because we probably do one video a month for each of those months.
Yeah.
Make them good uns.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll
Just
be
like
in
we did at the start
different-
of this year.
Yeah, maybe we'll be in like slightly different positions where we've got more flexibility to do stuff. And I'm looking forward to that. And I've said to Dan, I'm going to unashamedly sit for, and my mind probably won't allow me to do it. I'll probably sit for an hour doing nothing and then need to do something. But I'm going to learn through the Find the Flames, rhythm. And I'm
Why
going
not lead?
we'll do that maybe in 10 years. And I'm going to play Crash Bandicoot 4.
Sounds great.
But we're having a lot of fun still.
Hey, you know what'd be great? You know what'd be fucking perfect?
Oh, I know it would.
If at the end of this festival year, GTA 6 in November, my God,
That would be good.
you know what?
Just drops.
Oh God, that
Then
would be
you know what? Then I would
great.
quit my job.
Yeah. Yeah.
God,
fucking hell.
we'd become Twitch streamers. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's very seasonal. Like, hey, maybe the live streams will come back through
Yeah.
November, December.
Yeah,
January.
that's something that I've thought about as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a little bit of catching up as while we're allowed to have an organic conversation
Absolutely.
Yeah.
without the old dictator at the helm. This is a free ship. We're all equals here. If you want to look at your phone, no problem. I appreciate you'll probably
Why'd
have
you
a
wait for
reason.
me to pay for my parking then?
Good point.
Well, I didn't want you to dox your any of your personal information by accidentally flashing the screen with your number plate.
Good point.
You put my plate in the video all the time.
It always surprises me when people blank out a plate. Like, I know you don't mind about the plate. It always surprises me when people post like a picture of their car and blank out the plate.
But you know what's worse? When they do it, when they've evidently like uploaded it to like Snapchat or Instagram and just like done it with the pen tool. Oh, it looks so shit.
I'm in a this is real specific, but I'm in a Facebook group, like a community group for people that do that. And people like, and it's literally like, I'll find it now.
What? You mean like a group just for people that scribble it out
Yeah.
with like stupid pen?
God, Facebook is so like specific.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what?
It's called Oops, it looks like you did a license plate doodle. and it's got 50,000 members, and it's just like ways that people have like
Oh my God.
covered up their number plate,
Brilliant.
and all that. You don't even fucking need to cover it up. Anyway, what
Wow.
are we here to talk about? I legitimately have no idea. I know it's a festival recap.
We're
It's
here to talk about Rockwerchter.
Okay.
And right, I need to set this record straight.
Right.
Everyone has been pronouncing it wrong.
What? How is it?
So the W is pronounced as a V.
The.
By the way, I think. So
Well, it's Belgian, isn't it? So
and it's not
Dutch.
rock.
Whatever it
It's
is.
not. It's not Rockwerchter. It's Werchter.
Rockwerchter.
I'm not re-editing that vid. I've only just read it. It's literally processing on
No,
YouTube.
but like
now.
so that can go up first, and then everyone can correct us. But then
Yeah.
they'll see in the podcast. Oh, they did learn how to pronounce it.
Rockwerchter. Do you have to do like the?
I'd
Because
say
it's
I'd
European,
say-
isn't it?
That's not a European thing.
Good point. Good point.
Werchter,
Rockwerchter.
Vorsprung der Technik, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So we'll tell you a little bit about how we go to festivals, or how we try.
Mm-hmm.
We get a list of every festival in the world. Razzy's
Yeah.
compiled it.
Yeah.
Somehow still miss some. Miss some though.
Nah, you just can't win.
Yeah, it is
You'll
bad
look-
in it. It
you'll-
is bad.
You'll be
When
like,
we've in 2 years, when that list is full,
Mm-hmm.
that will be the only aggregated list of every festival,
Yeah.
and then we can start a website with it. And it's just got that.
But a website already exists for that kind of stuff.
No, but
again,
it's missing them all.
like, yeah,
It's missing
it's
like
missing
no
a
single
shitload.
source has everyone in the world.
Innit?
Anyway, we're working.
They
on
all
building
miss
that.
Bingley. It's so annoying. They all miss Bingley.
Hopefully we miss Bingley. But we find all the festivals, and then we go through and we contact the people that we need to contact if they want to kind of work with us, and basically shortlist stuff, and we factor in loads of things. But rock, I'm gonna keep calling it Rockwerchter.
Yeah.
Rockwerchter was always kind of a non-negotiable for us because it looked so amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was the thing that we did. We like looked where it is. So like obviously like UK festivals dead easy, but we're like we wanted something new. For
We
this
love
one.
the European
We
ones.
always we wanted something new all year basically.
Yeah.
But like obviously can't do something new every week. But this one just stuck out because of the incredible lineup. We were like, oh my god, if there's one festival we can't miss this year, it is this one.
Yeah.
And I was telling Rach this. I was like, there's no way I'm not going to this.
And I was surprised how many people had, because I'd never heard of this festival before. And
Me
when
either.
and when I mentioned it to a couple of friends, they were like, "Oh yeah, we saw that as well. I would have wanted to go to that."
How? 'Cause
And
I didn't fucking know about
Well,
it.
I didn't. But actually, have you looked at previous years'
Is it
lineup?
shit?
I thought this one might have been a one-off with the lineup.
No?
Absolutely not.
See,
Like Paul McCartney played a couple of years ago.
Fuck me.
Did he?
Yeah.
See,
Wow.
I've got a theory that European festivals just know how to put a lineup together.
Yeah.
And every UK festival, like I don't know what it is around like the economic state of the UK, but they're having a fucking riot
Yeah.
over in Europe.
I think companies are just greedier over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we don't know any hard numbers, but we've got like a little peek behind the curtain at how many millions and millions and millions of pounds festival companies will spend putting on just one festival.
Mhm.
yeah.
And I think Europe just does more for its community and just takes probably a lesser profit to
Yeah.
put on a better event.
I mean, there is probably still factors to it where, things like European countries and certainly where these are based, bands probably don't tour around there as much. We're very fortunate in England to have, bands come and tour here and do multiple dates across the country, all over the country. Whereas,
good point.
whereas in European countries, they might just do the one show in like the capital city
and then
that's
move
it.
to like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
next country's capital.
yeah.
By the way, before anyone calls us out on it, I know the UK is in fucking Europe. We're just referencing Europe as everywhere
That's
else.
why it's always
around Europe.
always a UK and Europe tour dates, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm. But so we knew we were going to this, and then we contacted Rockwerchter,
Mm-hmm.
and
Almost. Getting better.
sometimes you get a yes, sometimes you get a no, sometimes you don't get a response, and that's the most awkward one because you're kind of hanging in the balance, and you'd always rather just have a no, so then we can pull the trigger and buy tickets. Anyway, it sells out, and then we contacted him again.
Yeah.
And they responded, and they were lovely, of course, and they said, we'd love to work with you next year, but it's just too late for this year.
Yeah, which I get. Literally, the response the response we got was literally a couple of days before we were due to go.
Yeah, and that's
could have responded earlier though.
I know.
Yeah, it is what it is. So we were like, right, well, we've already got this in the calendar. We've already got the time off. We already have a loose plan of like we're gonna drive. Dan's already booked his like Dan had to choose like between this and then there's another big festival coming up, and then there's another big festival that we've done before coming up but never done it in this capacity. And Dan had to choose like which one does he really want to do, and he was like, which one do you need me at most? And we were like, well, just which one do you want to go to most? And it was Rockwerchter. So we knew that's the one we needed to do. So we set off without the tickets.
Without anything. We had a van full of...
So that's it. We decided to drive, didn't we?
Yeah, because, and I've told everyone my reasoning for this, and I stand by it. When we went to Rockham, I woke up at 2:30 to make a 6 a.m. flight. Yeah. So like, because you got to work backwards. So Leeds to Manchester. That's an hour drive, and you've got to be there 2 hours before, ideally, because I've been fucked over by that before. Yeah. So you got to be there. So you got to set off 3 hours before you fly at very least, and then you got to wake up half an hour before that
to get ready,
to 45 minutes, maybe even to an hour to pick everyone up and to get ready.
Yep.
So I'm like, fuck me. So that's like 4+ hours of I haven't even set off on the fucking plane yet.
Yeah. And then flying is shit.
And then it is. And then then you got the hour and a half to 2 hour flight, and then you got to land and get through border control, and because politics and that, we get put in the shit lane, whilst everyone else is like, yes, I got my European passport. Well, you know what? I'd love one. And then the drive, picking up the car, that takes even longer. And then eventually you get to the festival site.
And you're already 8 hours in.
Fuck me, I'm knackered. I've done an 8 hour day, and now I'm supposed to enjoy myself.
Even though I wasn't the one driving, and credit to you driving, and I know we certainly don't take it for granted. I know you don't mind driving, and that's really been made really clear. But we don't take it for granted. But driving solid for 8 hours, like we did
on the way back
from Rockwerchter, has got to be easier on you mentally and physically when you've got a nice vehicle with a cruise control and an automatic than 8 hours doing all that shit.
Yeah.
All that logistics, like carrying the bags from A to B.
Yep.
Like
wandering around airport going, oh, shall I get a Starbucks? Shall I not? Literally just go through the fucking drive-through.
Yeah. And I can't, I'm a big believer of that. And when I can drive, I'll put my money where my mouth is, and I'll take us next time.
And even driving down there, so we got a hotel the night before. Even have the option to go, oh, well, we'll figure it out, because we didn't have any plans at all. As soon as we set off, that was the plan. It's like, right, we need a plan.
Because it was even to the point of like, are we going to get the Eurostar tonight or not?
Yeah. Or should we get the ferry? Yeah. We literally had no idea. I didn't even know how long the ferry takes. No. I'm like, well, I know the
hour and a half, it turns out.
Does it?
Yeah. It's 2 hours.
That's not that bad, know.
It's not
really, but when you've got
the Eurostar's just so easy, isn't it?
Yeah. You know what? They can charge like double to do a quarter of the time. I've been on the ferry once when I got a coach to Brussels. Would you believe?
Yeah, years ago.
Back when I was like 21, and it was fucking awful because it was a super cheap coach. I think it was like 14 quid for the return journey. Wow. Something stupid.
Oh my Lord.
And it was like a really late bus there. So like literally pictures of seeing me and all of my unit mates sat around a big table like this, just like trying to get some sleep, but like sat in an upright table. And again, like, fuck me.
Yeah, not ideal.
Just get the Eurostar next time.
Yeah. When you're young like that, because that was in your first year of uni, wasn't it? Or your second year
of uni? Like, and it's like every penny counts.
That's it. I got a bus with an old friend of ours to London for £1.
Oh yeah, you literally told the story recently. Yeah.
Did I tell it to the viewers?
No, I don't think so.
And it was just like £1. Yeah, brilliant. I can keep the other £9.
How much do you value?
Yeah, and when I guess that's getting old, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it was so shit.
Yeah.
And it took like 7 hours, and it was at 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
So it's like no wonder it's £1.
Yeah,
It's
but
just not
it's so,
worth it.
and then there's like loads of hidden cost factored into that. So like, okay, so you're setting off at 1 in the morning. So what are you gonna do for those? Like, if like the thing that you're doing finishes at 6, but you got to wait around till 1 in the morning for your fucking coach home. Well then,
and they don't make it easy to be like eco-conscious. Like, you know, me and you, Vals, we do everything together, and we don't drive, so we get loads of trains.
Yeah.
And it has the cheek to tell you on the train line app, this journey saves 15% CO2. Yeah, but it takes like 4 hours long. It might get cancelled.
Yeah.
A random bit of it might get delayed so that we miss a connection.
Yeah.
Coming back from the Isle of Wight, if we had a car, mate, we'd have banged some tunes on, we'd have stopped off at the Mackies, and we'd have had a long, for sure, but a much nicer experience.
Yeah, God, that was rough.
you know, it's so true. Like, driving is freedom.
I can only imagine, and I'm really glad you chose to drive, because I was excited about it, because it
It's
makes
also
it feel
a
more
bit,
like
it's
a road
bit of a
trip.
novelty as well.
Yeah, for sure.
And also
Taking your own vehicle into another country and you know, banging it on the train and stuff. Like,
watching all the people drive by, just looking at you like, oh, wow, look at that, Vito.
Yeah. You guys in a band?
It's always that.
Sometimes.
Yeah, we are. Reborn Reloaded.
technically, yes.
Check
We're gonna sell
out the
Key
two
Club.
singles.
I am going to paint my nails after the podcast.
Ooh,
so
nice.
I have to keep having awkward interactions.
I was going to do that, and I took my nail varnish out. So sorry.
I've still
I mean, you've
got-
probably got some.
I've got some here, yeah.
It's gone off now.
Sorry, go on.
No, I use you go ahead.
I know we're
I was going to keep the conversation moving about a hotel and stuff.
Well, you know, Dan's not here, so we can have a bit more of a free flowing chat.
I like it.
We're off to Benicassim tomorrow, and it's gonna be like the bad type of trip.
Yeah.
Like, so we're not getting up super early,
No.
but we've got to get up. We've got to get a train.
Okay, what time's your flight?
It's all right, mate. It's
Yeah.
like
The-
11.
They're
Oh,
pretty
good
they're
flight
pretty
times.
good flights there and back.
Yeah,
To be fair.
they are good.
So like you're at train station for
We're flying to
9 a.m.
We're flying
No.
8 a.m.?
quarter to
It's
8.
8.
Ooh.
It's
yeah,
not.
it's
Look,
just because there's only like one
That was
train
cheaper.
per hour. No, it's like one train per hour kind of thing.
it's not about the time even. It's about get the train,
Yeah.
get that to the airport.
Yeah.
Fuck about in the airport. I've done what we learned, which
Yeah.
is buy fast track. Always buy.
Don't
fast
tell him.
track.
Don't tell him.
No, idiot.
Never buy fast track. It's a waste of money.
Yeah.
And then we got to get the flight, and then we got to pick up the car, and
Yeah.
then we got to drive that to wherever. And
Funny.
if we're just in the car from here, I don't know if that's even physically possible over there.
That would be a long
You know
journey,
what?
but-
You're always on somebody else's time when you're using. Because let's face it. I hate to say this, but like flying, at the end of the day, it is public transport.
I hate flying. I've grown to hate flying.
Yeah.
Not so much a long haul, but the little flight.
Yeah, a long haul's nice because
Yeah.
you get treated like. You want a drink?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Oh, we'll be there shortly with
Yeah.
your meal. You are. Don't get me wrong. You are cattle class.
You are scum.
Like you are absolutely the first class. They get wine. They get champagne.
Pasta or chicken?
You pasta or chicken? What kind of chicken pasta is it?
Red.
Yeah. I've had a look and it's red. Yeah. Okay.
It
Brilliant.
might be spicy. For me, it's the amount of prep relative to the journey length.
Yeah.
If you're flying 55 minutes to Dublin, you've still got to be at the airport early. You've still
Yeah.
got to fuck about with the security.
Yeah.
You've still got to empty shit out of your bag.
God, like, look, remember when we did go
I
to...
hate flying.
Remember when we did go to Dublin last year? And the queue was mad. Like, we literally
Yeah.
did have to be
Yeah,
there 2
yeah.
hours earlier.
Hey, if that was to happen, there's not a tunnel to Ireland.
No,
Well,
it's
I
the
think,
ferry job.
you know,
Somebody
potentially-
out there start a tunnel to Ireland.
In the next 2.5 months, we might be going to Ireland twice, which we need to talk
Yeah.
about because I'd really like to. But anyway, conversation for another thing. But yeah, fuck flying.
Unless they bring back the Concorde.
But even the Concorde, it's like,
No, you still got all the prep, don't you?
yeah, maybe.
and-
I mean, there's no way we could afford the Concorde, man.
you know, it doesn't help as well. Even long haul flights. Again, this is a particular mode about us. So you know, we go to Los Angeles sometimes. You know,
I've been 1 or 2 times.
yeah, you literally have.
I've been 3.
Have you?
I've been 3 in the past 18 months.
Yeah, because he went
pretty
to
good.
when we were
Oh,
young,
yeah,
didn't he?
yeah,
Coachella
I guess.
twice.
Anyway, when we first went to LA, we used to get the flight from Manchester, which was so much easier. So much fucking easier. Anyway, that service has stopped post-COVID. And let me tell you, it was a breeze, mate.
Yeah, I have no doubt.
Driving out down the road, then long haul straight to LA. Beautiful. Now you got to fucking go down to London. So you got to get train down, which is fine.
Fuck about on the tube.
But then that's the worst part. Fuck about for at least an hour on the tube trying to get from King's Cross to Heathrow. That's the worst part of any
terrible.
journey that I've ever been on.
That.
It takes forever, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Because you've always got to stop at fucking somewhere.
It's even worse on the way back when you've not got any
When
excitement.
all you want to do is just get the fuck home.
Get into your bath. Anyway, yeah, so we got to Rockwerchter.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
Did we not?
We set off, got some of the tickets on the way, as you'll have seen in the
God,
video.
it was so frustrating. Literally leaving here with no tickets, and then it being my job to source the tickets for a sold out event. And it's kind of fine in a way that, you know, we've done this before, like bought, you know, resold tickets, like that's not a problem. But having to deal with it like in a foreign country as well, like
a website that you're not familiar with.
Website I'm not familiar with.
Am I buying the right thing?
Yeah, exactly. And because there was like the normal ticket, and then I had to get the camping ticket as well.
Yep.
Oh, it was just because we wanted to go into the Hive.
Oh, and then the parking ticket on.
And the parking ticket as well. There was just so many fucking factors to it, and I think in the video that it's only kind of classed in like one group. But God, it was so frustrating.
That's my one criticism of Rockwerchter.
Yeah,
just have an all-in-one package that is, you got access to the festival, and you got the best camping. In fact, the all-in-one ticket should have access to that. The Hive, because we didn't get access to that.
No.
That was apparently the party one, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Because we went so late, we had to stay in a thing called C3 camping.
Yeah.
Which was fine.
It was fine.
It was fine, but it
fine.
was so like disconnected from the festival that we were even speculating, like, is it just a private field that someone set up their own camping in?
I think it pretty much is.
It might be, because it's got the tokens.
I've read about it, so it is. It's sold like via the festival, but it isn't part of the festival.
It's like a partner.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like that. It's like that with all the car parks and all of the other stuff that isn't the Hive.
Yeah.
So that's put on by the actual event itself.
God, it was just
so
strange. So frustrating. But we ended that first night in, where was it?
The Grand Bustin Hotel.
Grand Bustin Hotel.
God, it was that. I mean, it did a job. It did a job.
I put an Insta story up saying like I'm about to have worst night's sleep in my life. With location, you would not believe the amount of like messages I got back saying you're at the Grand Bustin Hotel, aren't you?
I got a lot on that as well. I got a lot.
It was mad. I was like, wow, is this like well known?
Quite famous.
It was. I mean, it was just
murders and that.
Yeah. Someone told me that when it was like commissioned or whatever the word is, it was designed
to look like
a big fucking liner. And then the budget ran out like halfway through, so it looks so it looks like half a ship with a block of flats attached to it.
You know what? That's probably the best way to describe it. Literally, exactly what you just said. That's exactly what it looks like.
Because it's got like your cabaret show. Because the thing is,
it's like it wants to look nice and it wants to look like classy.
And it probably might have done 30 years ago.
But then you realise it's a fucking Britannia hotel and it hasn't been renovated in the past 100 years.
Yeah, it was. But what was weird is they advertised the place as like not just a hotel, but somewhere where you'd go. Like people of that town would go there and like enjoy entertainment like during the week. It was just weird.
Murder a prostitute or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whatever you're into, you could store a body in the suspended ceiling.
Yeah,
it's like a Folkestone's version of the Grand Cecil Hotel.
Yeah, I'd love to go there.
We should have done, man. Why are we not staying there when we went to LA? That's a video in itself.
I can. I'll tell you. No reasons why.
We gotta do that, man.
That's better than Haunted Mansion video, that innit?
Yeah.
We survived.
We called
the murder hotel
at 3 a.m.
Anyway, I'll tell you what was good the next morning. So wake up, get in the van. Well, let's drive to Brussels.
Yep.
And sometimes I wish we lived down in London, or like further down south.
Never,
because
never,
really,
ever, never. I know that's like the YouTuber thing. All the YouTubers that I loosely know.
I just think it's like
when they make it, they move to
that
London.
journey could have been like a 4-hour journey.
It could.
Then
But would you want to live in London?
No.
I mean,
Or anywhere near there, man. Everything that's popping
There's
off
nothing-
is here and further up.
As
As you get down there, it gets shitter and shitter.
More
does.
pretentious.
It really does. I mean, this year so far has really cemented like how much I just enjoy coming home, like coming back up here and just like being surrounded by Northerners.
Hell yeah.
It's great.
But yeah,
I'm so happy to be Northern that I'm upset when I go to Scotland and they think I'm Southern.
Yeah.
It just is. Everything. It seems easier to get out of the country from down there. So like, if you want to go,
of course it is.
yeah.
If you want to go to LA, boom.
Of course
Heathrow,
it is.
Heathrow sort you out. If you want to go to Europe, just drive to wherever the fuck you want. Put you on tunnel. Off you go. No bother.
Yeah.
That drive. So tunnels, obviously, great. Fucking half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
No real security checkpoint. They just look at you and go, "Yep, go on then."
Four white lads in a British van.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or
off-
British plated van.
Yeah.
He just wanted to pass us along so he could look at some more nice cars.
Yeah. Those. So, for the sake of the podcast, it was the day of Le Mans, was it?
Yeah, Le Mans.
Le Mans.
Le
And there were
Mans.
some beautiful cars going by and getting on that train with us.
As a man that doesn't care about cars.
Yeah, I don't
that
really
much,
care about cars.
Even I thought some of them were quite
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
You have to appreciate the amount of like effort. So like, I don't know if you know this, but I used to own an 04 Clio and that took some fucking upkeep. So I don't even know what the fuck they're doing to their cars. Like,
There was a guy parked behind us on the outbound journey and he was in, I think they're shit, but it was an AC Cobra? It was some car.
The red car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
Wet
female
red car.
audience is going like that.
They don't exist.
It was a
I don't
red
think.
one.
It was one of those cars where it's been built for like 50 years and different manufacturers have built them. And, there's real cars on there like 911s and Ferraris and then this shitter. But the guy was obviously very proud of it. And what was he doing? He was like
polishing like
He was like
everything.
polishing it.
Oh, the guy behind us on the train.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, yeah.
So he was like, he was putting a dust cover over it. So he noticed that like he got a little spot of rain on it. So he was like polishing the windscreen to get it off. And then Dan was saying so they were putting a dust cover over it. And I was like, why are they putting that cover over it? And it was like, oh, because of the dust that'll be set on it. From
It
the train.
was an AC Cobra.
And I was like, but they're about to drive it in the fucking
Yeah,
like outdoors
yeah.
and bugs are going to get all over it. But yeah, I guess everyone's got their hobbies, and you know what? If theirs is that nice car, then at least I suppose it's nice.
God, is it worth it though?
I
that
think
type
like
of
if you
upkeep.
for me that's not a particularly nice car, but if it was a Countach or
Everyone's
something,
got their own thing, right? Like,
yeah.
I'd
I'd love a car and especially a supercar. Not that was one, but a 911 is, or maybe that's a high sports car. I don't know. I get it though. I respect it. Like I'm the
Yeah.
guy who kept the fucking Duracell batteries sealed in his Xbox packaging because I wanted it to be that.
yeah, like
immaculate.
if you had a first edition iPhone
yeah, for sure.
and it was in the cellophane wrapping, you'd ensure that it's in a tight box
Yeah,
with
yeah.
no
Of course I
natural light, and you'd be like, this needs to be kept preserved and pristine, and nothing's put on top.
But
of
what
it.
that guy was doing is equivalent to you doing that with the iPhone, knowing that in 20 minutes you're going to open it and
and you're
use
gonna
it for a phone
answer
call.
phone call, and press it against your greasy face. and all that,
Yeah, like it just didn't make sense. But
Yeah.
each
Anyway,
their
drive from
Calais.
Yeah, from Calais. Calais is always interesting because there's people running about, and it always makes me very anxious. I don't, for reasons. And we went to a McDonald's there, and I had to keep a very close eye on my vehicle because
What did you order from McDonald's, Raz?
I got a burger.
Yeah.
A very nice one actually. It was
Because you did it a specific order.
Yeah, so I forget what it was called. It was called like the fucking CBT burger or something like that. I don't.
Cock and ball torture.
It's not. It's not. But trust me, I was into it. It was fucking gorgeous. With potatoes and some other drink. I think it was an apple juice. That's what I got.
Minute
Yeah.
apple juice.
Minute-
one.
yeah,
Tropicana.
yeah.
Tropicana.
Yeah,
apple
but I
juice.
always get the orange juice over here. But I thought,
Yeah,
continental.
for sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And I looked at my receipt and I was like, "Why is it 25 quid?"
It was expensive.
Yeah, and it was because I ordered 2 burgers by accident. Anyway, Dan
Silly
had it.
Billy.
Dan had it, so I guess it wasn't
Listen,
wasted.
that's a waste.
Fat bastard.
Of course he did.
Yeah. What did you guys get? Oh,
It was.
interesting.
I liked the wedges, which is the potatoes that you referred to.
Yeah.
That was potato wedges, and I love wedges, and I liked them. I got pancakes. I got a burger. I didn't really like. It was fine. It was pretty forgettable. I do love going to a different Mackey's though.
Yeah, just to see what they have.
God, you can always tell we're British when we're rolling a McDonald's like in Spain, somewhere like, oh,
We got that at home.
a McTapas. I'll have that.
What would that even be?
A little sharing box. It's like a nugget, a little
like the
mini
three small
slider cheeseburger, a little
Mozzarella
mini Big Mac, yeah. one or 2 mozzarella sticks, a variety of sauces.
There's so many menu options at Mackey's that we'll never try,
Yeah.
and I would love there was some way that you could just like if there was a massive like Mackey's ghost kitchen or whatever they're called, and it could just spec you like whatever. I'd deliver to a different Mackey's every night.
One day we'll go to Japan and we'll go to that Mackey's and we'll be like, boys, what are you getting? Because
McSushi.
a McCrab sandwich. I don't know.
I had a lovely fish finger sandwich
Where from?
from Mackey's.
Oh,
that
yeah,
trip.
fuck.
was
If
nice.
you get the fillet of fish, which is what it's called.
No, it wasn't though.
Wow.
Because the fillet of fish is like with like some like tartar sauce type thing. Mine was literally like a fish finger sandwich with ketchup.
It had butter on it.
I can't remember. It was a bun.
I've
Ambitious.
committed that the next time I go to Mackey's, I'm going to get a fish fillet.
Yeah.
I can't imagine, like, like the general taste of what a Mackey's is. Like, it's got a certain taste about everything that comes from there. I can't imagine that goes well with fish.
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
You can have it with a tartar sauce on it, or not.
Probably not. I'll probably come home just covered in sriracha.
Tune in next week to see what Rob thinks of the fillet of fish.
Woo! And then what? Then what happened?
we drove to Brussels. Oh no,
Yeah.
we drove to
Did we go?
Werchter.
Did we go to a shop on the way? I don't think we did.
Can't remember.
No,
No.
we just drove straight there.
Yeah. And it was in. You know what? Rockwerchter was in such a nice area.
Oh, it was. There was
Some lovely houses.
fucking Tories around there, mate. Some right fucking Tories.
They just had nice houses.
But what was weird is like there were just single houses, like all detached, and they were all completely different.
Yeah.
It was as if
Yeah.
like they just bought the land, hired their own builder. It's like
Yeah.
just build something.
You know, I first saw a place like that when I went to South Africa, and it blew my mind because I was like, this is so nice. Like each house has its own personality.
It's like
And I
everyone just
big-
played Sims, didn't they?
Yeah, everyone was like, I want my house to like an exact cube, and
Yeah.
I want a black door and black windows, and I don't want a garage. And then over the road, you've got, I want mine to look like an 18th century palace with a massive garden and a huge fucking water feature
I want
outside.
an 80-degree roof.
I want a helipad in mine. Didn't see any of those.
Seen one in America.
LA, yeah.
Mad thing.
Yeah. Very, very nice area, very nice houses.
Yeah.
And
It was a mad thing.
what?
It was a mad thing.
Yeah, and we parked up in essentially a football field, like
Yeah.
a Sunday fucking football field.
Exactly that.
Yes.
And it was a half an hour walk. Well, it said on the map
It was
a half an hour walk.
like 20 minutes
Yeah.
for me and you.
Yeah.
Which wasn't that bad as well because we were traveling ultralight. We didn't
Yeah,
have
we were.
any booze on us at all.
Or double bed.
Yeah, true.
or a double bed.
Double bed with us.
We just had
nice and easy.
the shit 25 quid decathlon tent.
Not shit. They're
Right.
great.
The inexpensive
Thank you.
decathlon tent. We didn't even have a chair because we couldn't be
No.
asked.
Brought them. They just did the round trip.
A sleeping bag and one bag full of clothes and
Yep.
stuff that you actually need.
Yep. So
And it was
so
fine.
easy.
It was down like a paved road. Didn't have to walk over any fucking awkward like grass or rocks. It was fine.
God, everyone was cycling though, weren't they?
Yeah.
I can't believe how many people cycle over there.
Again, it must be a European thing.
Yeah.
Like you could just like they were really pushing cycling to the event, and they had a big old cycle park.
Yeah, it was mad.
And I've never thought in my life like, oh, it'd be good to have a bike at this festival. Actually, that could have made.
I bet it was nice. Like for people that might have lived slightly a bit further away from like where our van was, for example.
Yeah.
Just like cycling on a morning.
Yeah.
Like,
Just drive.
No, you can't because the road was blocked off.
Yeah, it was.
Good point.
Yeah, but you could cycle it every day.
Yeah, I'd have cycled.
Anyway,
so then we set up camp.
Found out camping, and noticed that it wasn't like a particular party vibe, but they did have like a tent with a bar. They had some rather good showers, although we only used them once.
They were brilliant showers.
Yeah, I respect an unlimited shower at a festival with actual hot water.
Mm-hmm. And you don't have to keep your finger pressed on it.
And it had the best thing about shower. My shower doesn't do this.
No, take it off.
You can take it off
the wall,
and you can put it wherever your heart desires.
Oh yeah,
you can put that water, ladies. You know what I'm talking about. I'll tell you what it's good for.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Scratching an itch with boiling hot water is incredibly satisfying.
Okay.
As in,
this is so specific.
You've got an itch.
Right.
Got itchy leg a lot of the time, right? Got a rash. You've seen it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not great, but it doesn't affect my life in any way. Scratching it irritates it, makes it worse.
Yeah.
Right.
Red hot water just going on it satisfies that scratch.
Are you sure it's a rash and not a burn from the red hot water?
No, because I don't get the opportunity to do this very often.
Right.
But it is heaven on earth.
Oh, yeah.
Just imagine you've got a real big itch.
Yeah.
And instead of scratching it with friction, you're scratching it with hot water.
Right.
And that light burning sensation is it's almost orgasmic. So great showers.
Yeah,
showers. They cost €3,
which is very reasonable.
No issue with that.
It's almost like it's appreciated because, like, I'd rather pay them €3 rather than be free because I want to make sure that they're maintained. So, like, I want to give them some money to make sure that my shower is nice.
Yeah. So that's not a problem. So no doubt you just walked up, put your card to a card reader.
No.
Reverse.
Damn.
Insert several impediments in there.
There are so many different incompatible payment methods at this festival.
That's the biggest issue with European. So there is an issue with European festivals.
No, it's just this one.
No, because all different. A lot of European festivals.
There's a lot
of
fucking about.
It's not just do your card. It's like some form of RFID token chip.
So in the campsite, it had its own specific currency that only worked in the campsite.
Tokens.
And that was physical plastic tokens. You get a green one, which is €3, a red one, which is €1. And that's how you spend your shit. And I think we probably got like €60 worth in total.
Yeah, we got quite a bit, to be fair.
But, it's just a bit annoying, really. And then you can't use them. So
anywhere else.
So they're the currency for the campsite. The campsite and the festivals, maybe a 15-minute leisurely walk. So there's bars there, which obviously aren't part of the festival.
Yeah.
They're just on the street. But you've got to use then your actual money on your card, which is what I would expect to do.
Yeah.
But any money you've put into tokens, you can't use.
But one of those bars only took cash. There's a variance.
One of them only took cash.
Or a specific
there was another one which
payment.
Yep, and it took what is that fucking
You're going to recently added?
Yeah, it's called Pay Contact. And you basically like scan a QR code and use the app to pay.
Yeah.
So that's 4 different methods of payment. Cash only, card, which is the preferred, random app, and tokens. And then when you get in the festival, it's coins, which is
an RFID chip.
Yeah.
That you
that's
top
there's
up.
on your wristbands that guess what? You can top up via the app, which is nice.
But it's awkward because we try and stick to a £50 budget per day per person at a festival.
Yeah.
And that's for your food and your drink and whatever you want to use it for. Like, there's no like, don't use it for this, don't use it for that. Like, you use it for on whatever you want. But like, once you're 50 quid's up, you're then spending your own money.
Yeah. It's very, very fair.
And that's awkward then. If you've put your money into tokens, then you know
you fucked it. You fucked it for the rest of it.
You've not really spent your money.
No, because you've still got money on your wrist,
but you can't use it.
Yeah,
it's annoying.
And but you can always refund it, and that will take no doubt.
Have we done that?
7 to 4. I had fuck all. I had fuck all on mine because I got the fricadellas.
Oh yeah, I had €3 on mine.
Yeah. But yeah, the payments was fucking annoying.
It was annoying because you had to like. It was one of those where a beer's one coin. That's fine. Well,
yeah.
I've got that many coins.
Even in the festival, like try to work out, it detaches you from like real money, so that I guess you do spend more. But
a festival that we're going to, the big one, coming up, also has its proprietary currency.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah,
but I've heard it's like really bad.
Oh really?
Really?
Like. Stuff costs like 1 coin, but that's like 7 quid.
Right.
Okay.
And like a beer is like 2 coins, is what I've heard.
Right.
So
that's going to be interesting.
Thank you, Patreon supporters. Should we talk a bit about the festival then?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we went to this festival knowing that the lineup was absolutely stacked. It was mad.
Yeah, especially on that first day.
So we on that first day was mental. So we kind of looked at it as there was 11 headliners playing throughout the throughout the festival. And by that we mean acts that have headlined Reading and Leeds, because that's quite a nice basis
acts
to
that have headlined any sort of major UK festival. Yeah.
So 11 is mad. But it was great, and especially that first day. So that first day we got there, and within like an hour and a half of us being there, we saw our first headliner.
Yeah.
The 1975.
Yeah.
Great.
You can't argue with that.
Absolutely
literally, we arrived there around what, 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And in that time, between that time and 6, would set up camp, had a few drinks, explored a bit of the site, and we're about to see the 1975. And it's only 6 p.m.
Right at the front.
Yeah.
Well, pretty close to the front.
We were pretty much right at the front.
Mm-hmm. We'd had time to get a bit drunk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Set was great. An hour-long set is perfect.
Yeah.
For a lot of actors.
And we'd learned that like the week prior at Glastonbury, like seeing the Foo Fighters, like it was just the perfect amount.
For a festival set as well, because you're just going to hear the hits.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one like little deep cut in there.
Here and there.
I said deep cut. But you know what you're getting from a festival set. If they were to headline and do like a 2-hour set, then you already know the set.
Yeah.
If they're your favourite band, you know the fucking set.
Yeah. Or if you're a Sam Fender fan, you definitely know the set.
If you're a Sam Fender fan, then you're probably asleep because...
True.
Basically, lullabies,
obviously, I've got some friends that are big Sam Fender fans, and they're just saying that he hasn't changed his set list like at all.
Are they quite like monotone as well? Like have no excitement in the voice and don't change pitch.
They were big fans of him, but even now they're bored of him. Like they went to that St James's Park gigs, and they said even that was nothing special, and that's meant to be a massive gig for him.
Yeah. Anyway,
it's just accessible, isn't it?
Yes, very much so.
It's a very accessible. A lot of good music is a bit of an acquired taste, and Sam Fender is fish and a rice cake.
Yes, it'll do a job. Don't get us wrong.
Yeah,
not bad at all. If you sat down a fish and a rice cake in front of me, I'd eat it. But it's not the most exciting. Not the most.
Who was on after 75?
Sam Fender.
And then who was on after Sam Fender? Was it Stormzy? Was it? Man's headlined Reading and Leeds and Glasgow, and then he's doing fucking Rockwerchter.
God, Stormzy.
And that was his like first. Was it one of his?
It was his first show back in months.
Really,
almost a year, I think.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not a massive. I spoiler. I don't sit at home and listen to Stormzy.
I unfortunately do.
And do you know what?
He's
I fucking
great.
loved it. He's brilliant.
The
Truly.
guy is also truly appreciative.
Yeah.
of,
He really is, and I
like,
loved
his fans, and he's
loved
so
that.
classy.
He is.
You know what my problem with Stormzy is? Like, obviously he believes in God and that. It's always like, oh, give all the glory to God. I'm there like, Storm,
Take some credit,
take some
Storm.
fucking, like, you're fucking great, man. You have literally not single-handedly, but like you've fucking vitalized
You're the
UK
guy.
grime, man.
You're
You
the guy,
have brought it to the
Storms.
masses, man.
Yeah.
So that everyone can truly appreciate grime and say like, God did this. I'm like, you fucking did it, you cunts.
He's resting on his laurels.
We also saw the ratings that day. That's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, a slice of lime.
Slice of lime.
Slice of lime. Slice of lime's the only one I know, but I
Two
do
cubes
like it.
are ass.
2 cubes are ass. I do like it. I do like it.
It's all right. I'll tell you what. I don't know what's happening with them because like they obviously played like Sheffield Arena.
They haven't yet.
Have they not?
No.
It's coming up in September.
So like they're they're riding that fucking curve, but like I'm just waiting for the who. Like
Yeah.
I think they will. I wish them the best, and I think I'd love to do
Yeah.
what they're doing, no doubt.
yeah,
But
absolutely smashing it.
I can't see
They're gonna
going any further.
they're just gonna be like another The Enemy, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe not even as The Enemy have got like almost some household name kind of songs, and I think the ratings are a bit more underground.
I agree.
And they've kind of, whether they've chosen to do that or not, I know they're unsigned and independent, so they're gonna, by the nature, I've recently been told about like how much a manager does for an artist, and like there's that. We were told about that, the Murder Capital,
Yes.
who apparently have management who are just really good, and they were at Rockwerchter,
Yeah,
they were at fucking Coachella,
Yeah.
they were at Glastonbury. No one's ever fucking heard of them.
Nope.
We saw them play a neighborhood to a small venue, and credit to them, they were pretty good. I'm not disrespecting them, but that's how important good management is. Like it gets you on
Getting in
those
the right
bills,
places.
and the ratings don't have that. And without that, I think you're really kind of limiting yourself, and
Yeah.
maybe we're doing that to ourselves
Yeah.
as well. But it's nice to be in full control.
Yeah.
Quite right.
And they're doing well, He was saying, the ratings guy was saying, Isle of Wight, he's like, tomorrow we're off to this country, then we're going to this country, and we've just come from this country, and it's fucking good on
Credit
you.
to you.
Well, man.
Anyway, Stormzy was sick, wasn't he?
Stormzy was
Loved
great.
it.
So
Let the rain fall on the enemies. Unfortunately, we were the enemies getting fucking sogged.
yeah, God, it was. I mean, I think that's the first like proper rain we've experienced in quite a long time.
Yeah, it was. That was the first time where I was like,
It was the first proper one since like Electric Picnic.
yes.
That was
we were.
insane.
We were. Oh God.
I mean, that was insane, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Do you remember me and you walking back to camp together?
Between didn't me and Chuck bump into you that?
Yeah.
But
God.
that was insane.
Yeah, and we were so lost.
Mm-hmm.
Just didn't know where to go. My feet were sodden because I was wearing like the Ultra
Hey,
Boost. I think.
they won't be fucking
They won't
sodded
be
next
sodded.
time, will they?
There won't be
Yeah.
if you wear your vesties.
Well, they have. I seem to have lost mine.
They are so comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. I've been wearing mine around the house.
Yeah.
Anyway, they haven't paid for this, so.
Yeah. It's annoying because I requested my pair, but they haven't turned up.
Have they actually not?
Oh, really?
No. I'll ask him for some. It'll be fine.
Well, that's annoying.
But yeah, I genuinely look forward to trying them.
They are good.
You see, I just got the ad read signed off like in the nick of time.
Yeah, perfect.
That was stressful.
Anyway, less about that.
Like, so literally, like, as I mentioned, I had some company these last few days.
Oh yes.
Sorry, I've got to spend half an hour wandering around town, jumping in puddles in the Vessies.
Did you come with?
No. and then
Useless.
I've got to edit that and put it together. It's like,
Look at
done
me
that.
jumping in this puddle.
Could have done without
Fucking
doing
idiot.
that.
Anyway, we're not going to use that footage. We're going to go with the stuff that they
Hey,
already
can
have.
you use the stock footage, please?
They only requested one. I don't know if you've seen the feedback.
I saw, yeah.
So most of it's still in there.
Anyway, yeah, first proper big rain.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? It wasn't as bad as it could have been.
I
It was
had
actually
a free bucket hat on, so I didn't mind.
yeah, and because Stormzy played that song, it was quite poetic. Yeah. What did we do after Stormzy? Was that it?
So
We went and got some wine, didn't we?
Was there someone on after Stormzy?
Yeah,
Pop.
yeah.
There was
no.
There was Iggy Pop. We didn't go see him properly, but Iggy Pop was playing.
Imagine this. Stormzy isn't even the last act on.
And
he's headlined Glasgow, headlined Reading and Leeds, and he's not even the last fucking one on.
And then we went to the wine bar, watched Picture This, who, do you know what?
They sound great.
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
They sound
pretty, they were pretty good.
I need to listen to Picture This because they sounded brilliant.
They sounded very good. They're playing next month, I think. Not that it means anything, but
Probably somewhere, yeah.
Yeah. So we did that. Drunk wine. Oh, wine's great. I mean, I've drunk wine before.
I'm a full-on
like,
wine drinker now.
wine is so nice. It just gets you that nice fucked up. As long as it's red. I don't like white, and rosé is just for pussies.
I didn't mind rosé.
I mean, rosé's fine.
It's all right.
I think rosé is harder to drink because it's got too many elements of white in it, whereas red is just much. It's so not white.
Red is nice.
Red just tastes like it. I can't get over the vinegary kind of taste of wine.
No, but like that's in the white wine
I
and a bit
bad
in
in
the
the
rosé. The red wine is the least vinegary. And this
Unless
weekend,
it's shit cheap wine.
this weekend we'll be drinking some wine.
We will.
Glad I'm not going.
Complimentary. Also, can you remember?
Oh yeah, it's free, innit?
Yeah.
Well, one bottle's free.
Can you remember when Danny didn't know who Kurt Cobain was?
Yeah, and he was upset about it, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Because we wouldn't tell him.
Like,
What,
so
was
there's a
this at
picture.
Rockwerchter?
Yeah, so the picture of Post Malone next to like
Oh,
a picture
yeah.
of Kurt Cobain, and Danny just didn't know who it was at all.
God. Idiota.
Idiota. And then we went to go
Idiota.
see a band.
Who was it?
A band that I love, and you guys weren't really that interested at the time.
Oh yeah. Was that night one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like-
My God.
So I love Mumford and Sons. I used to be in a Mumford and Sons tribute band, and they were playing.
Everyone's looking at him like, of course you fucking did. Of course.
But because I didn't know that. Oh, for God's sake! Yes, I can see it. Yeah, look.
What's that?
It's like a little cock.
So I didn't
For
know
listeners, he has
the microphone muffled.
he has pushed the phallic microphone cover inside and made it look like
Venus.
oh my God, it does actually.
Yeah, the cock.
The helmet is like right at the top though. It usually goes further down.
So I didn't know Mumford and Sons were playing this festival, and I found out on the drive down on that Wednesday, and I was buzzing. I was so happy.
You were so happy. I was just hearing screaming from fucking back.
And you know what?
"Ah!"
'Cause, I mean, I've only seen them once, and that was when the headline Leeds, and obviously I saw them again. And you know what? I had a great time.
Hey, you know what? They were very good.
They were good.
And I appreciate the main guy,
Marcus.
Mumford. He can he was playing the guitar and doing his he had a kick at the front of the
Kicking
stage.
a tambourine.
And then like for a couple of songs he was just like,
I'll go jump it now.
I'm gonna go play drums for
Yeah.
this one. Why?
He's so good.
Just want to play some drums, man.
He's so good.
Yeah.
And yeah, they were brilliant. I loved them.
I think they're boring,
Well, I mean, it's always hard when you've
but not as boring as some bands.
Yes.
Put it that way.
I had a great time. I really enjoyed it. And you know what? They had fireworks. You don't
Yeah,
see
they
fireworks
did.
often,
Yeah.
and they had fireworks.
Big up.
And
I think every festival headliner should have fireworks.
100%.
Like, stop that?
It should.
How can you be a festival headliner and not like for your last big song, which is
Yeah.
like your big hit? How can you not think? I'll just pay
Big old explosion.
Yeah, like
some
I'll
confetti
pay,
comes
I'll
down.
pay someone a few grand to
Yeah.
like have some fireworks. You know what? I'll indulge in my own
Yeah.
glory for like one thing because I'm headlining this festival. No, I just can't be asked.
Yeah.
Get
But
it done.
it was still raining, and we were very wet, very cold. You and Dan went to bed.
Yeah, Dan went off, and then maybe like 5 or 10 minutes later, I was like, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Why am I staying out? I've got naught to prove here. This isn't for me. I'm just gonna go, and then I'm just gonna go to sleep because I'm absolutely shattered. Because would you believe I just drove from the UK to be here?
That's a valid point. And then after Mumford, me and Rob just went to bed, didn't we?
We sure did.
Yeah, we didn't go out or anything like that because we weren't in the Hive. There was no like proper night.
And the headliners finish at 1 a.m. anyway,
Yeah.
so we,
Yeah.
I mean that's not super late, but it's late enough that
I
you're
said like
not bored.
on the drive there, I was like, because the headliners finish at 1, I guess like your night out is the headliner, which worked. To be fair, Werchter.
And then the next day, we got up.
Had a shower.
Had the nice shower that we mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And
I scratched the itch.
I got up so
Scratched the
early
itch.
that I missed that, and I just had a shower back at camp because I was like just so like eager to get up.
Yeah. It was warm that day.
It was warm that
I remember
day.
waking up and it was fucking boiling.
Do you know what? I can't fucking remember anything.
No, it's been a while, this one, hasn't it?
Let's have a look. We
Got up
to the van because we were worried that something happened to the van.
I'll tell you what happened day 2. It was not as exciting as the first day. It was less
wasn't,
packed.
yeah.
So guess what we did? What did we do?
This wasn't day 2 when we went into Brussels.
No, it wasn't.
That was
Wasn't
day
it?
3.
No,
That,
it
that
wasn't.
was the
shit,
meanest day.
So day 2, right?
We saw Kasabian.
So we did our day 2 we kind of was our touristy day because what we'd realised was Rockwerchter is tiny. It's a pretty small festival.
Yeah,
the actual site isn't.
You've got your
really,
little campsites, but,
Yeah.
but you're
the
restricted.
arena is small.
You're restricted to only being in the campsite that you've camped in,
Yeah.
that you've paid for. But the arena is quite small.
Yeah, so we realised that on the first day. We're like, well, let's not do all of this now because we could easily do all this within the first hour and have nothing.
We rationed it.
So
didn't
we were like, right, let's save the left side for the second day.
The
So we
left
did
side.
that. And arguably, there still really wasn't that much. There was like
Nah,
there was like your brands. You know, there was a Live Nation stall. There was an energy thing where I should have won a T-shirt. There was.
But we all got bucket hats instead.
Yeah, so there was all that kind of stuff. But yeah, there wasn't really any bands until a bit later on.
I'll tell you what was interesting. So a few of the stages. So like obviously you had your main stage.
Yes.
You had, what was that, Bacardi stage?
Casa Bacardi.
Casa
Bacardi.
Bacardi. That was just like DJs and stuff,
Yeah.
really. There wasn't anyone notable in there whatsoever. And that was kind of a nice, like, Instagrammable, like,
Yeah.
DJ party kind of vibe where you could get, like, I don't know, what is it? Rum, Bacardi.
Bacardi's rum, yeah.
You could get, like, cocktails and stuff. And they were all,
You
like,
could get those pictures of
yeah,
mojitos.
yeah, you could.
And God, I think they worked out to be like 30 some euro. But you know what?
It wasn't a bad deal, I don't
wasn't
think.
at all because the pitch was huge.
Yeah.
It was massive.
But you would have had to pay a deposit for that.
Of course.
What other stages was there? There was the...
You went to see Pup on the Slope, which was a cool
Yeah,
stage.
that was.
that slope stage was very cool.
I say
Like,
you. We all went.
yeah,
together.
but you stayed on the slope.
There was
Sure
the
did, mate.
barn. So the barn was cool.
That's where Iggy Pop was.
Yeah, so the
night
barn was...
I
It was basically like a mini arena.
I wish I'd have gone in there.
It was basically like a mini arena indoors. It had like lights. But the issue they were having was they were putting on too many big name acts in there. So it was getting too crowded.
Yeah.
So they were having a load of issues
they
in there.
had Freddie get in there, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
They had Iggy in there.
Oh,
And
that's mad.
it's literally
Great.
That
showing
is-
Raz because he
That
hadn't
is
seen the
mad.
vid. It's not
That's
out
like
yet.
a little Wembley
Yeah.
arena.
It's 20,000 cap in that arena.
No way.
Yeah, yeah. So pretty cool, but
That's fucking great.
there was a lot of noise about it on as much noise as the Rockwerchter Reddit.
Yeah.
And there was
possibly
kind of like another one of them, but not as much. The one we sat in for a bit.
Yeah, what was that
It was
one
just
called?
it was just like a
the
bit
one
of-
sponsored by the bank. It was called Club, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Club LM
Club.
or whatever after the bank.
Club C. I think it was.
KLM. No.
No, it was called like Club C or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like really easy like that. And that was like a nice
Yeah, it was.
like arena with like some things that
Bit like an air raid shelter
you
type
could
thing.
stand on, yeah. And like they did a really nice thing with like the roof. And
Yeah.
like rather than just leaving it as like a plain roof, they put like these things to make it seem more like
Yeah. Just aesthetically pleasing.
yeah. And I really appreciate that about
Yeah.
Werchter. And all of the food stalls, like every single food stall. I think I mentioned it on the video, but like every single food stall, like there's no like easy cheesy.
No, it's
And
all
there's
just pizza.
Yeah, it's
Kebab.
like pizza stall.
It's like cigarettes in the UK
Yeah.
where they're not allowed to have any
Branding.
identifiable branding or logos on
Yeah,
them. It's just
but like
Marlboro.
every single stall, like conformed to the design language of Rockwerchter, and it was lovely.
Apart from one.
apart from two, they
Oh,
had
was it?
the actual Costa place,
Yeah.
and then,
Oh, yeah.
then there was that iced tea place. Was it the
Oh yes,
What was
the
it?
fuse.
The fuse
yeah.
tea.
Fuse tea.
That's
It,
the
it
thing.
was weird on the Costa one because even on the standard Costa one, it still had their little logo next
Yeah.
to
Oh,
like
the
on the coffee
uniform.
places.
Yeah, so it said
Yeah.
coffee, but then it had like the little
Costa.
Costa logo next
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
I love that, you know. Like,
Yeah.
I like seeing like major brands at festivals because, like,
Same.
a festival especially, like, it's such a risk getting some food at a festival because you're like, I'm gonna go try this,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna pay like properly over the odds.
Yeah.
But I don't know it's gonna be good.
Mm.
Whereas if I'm getting a Costa
You know
at
what
a
to
festival,
expect.
I know what to expect. It's gonna be shit because it's Costa.
Yeah, it's gonna
but,
be.
but
At least I know it's gonna
Yeah.
be wank.
Yeah.
Strawberries and coffee.
you fucking idiot.
Because I
Shit.
thought it was going to be like the one from Starbucks. Because the one from Starbucks doesn't have coffee in it.
No, Costa did this ages ago over here. A strawberry latte. I tried it.
Awful.
Stupid.
Yeah, it was
Absolutely
pretty
fucking
bad.
stupid.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Hey, we live and we learn.
So we saw Kasabian.
We did.
And
We decided we all love them now.
I mean,
They are
we liked him anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Probably really liked him anyway.
Yeah.
To be fair. But we hadn't seen him without Tom. I mean, we hadn't seen him many times.
We saw him
We've
once.
seen him once.
Yeah. And they were great with him. But
That's what made me like him, seeing him.
but then we saw him at Rockwerchter with
Surge,
with
man.
Surge.
He
Man,
is the
he's-
coolest.
He was
He's
born to be a
so-
front man.
He's
Yeah.
the coolest man in
Yeah.
modern rock. Is Surge.
Man's got style.
He is
Yeah.
so cool,
Yeah.
legend,
Yeah.
and he was fucking
and you know what?
awesome.
And you know what? Listening to every song, and I was like, they sound very similar. Like, I don't miss them being
It sounds
five-piece.
perfect. It
Yeah.
truly sounds perfect.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, we saw him. We just seen him at Transmit, and I've just been editing that just before we came on this.
yeah.
And that's the first time I've really kind of heard his vocal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah,
I
it
think
does.
I don't think Transmit what the fuck am I on about? I think Kasabian, like, you don't need like the best vocalist in the fucking world, do you? Like,
No, it's not a
as
particularly
long as you've
difficult-
got that southern accent, you're fine.
yeah. So he fucking smashed it.
Yeah.
You should go see Kasabian.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to go see him again.
Yeah. If they were playing the arena next week,
Yeah, I'd
be
love
there
to see him like
at their own show.
yeah, or like at a festival nighttime headline
Yeah.
slot.
Yeah.
Big up, guys!
It's-
Like absolutely smashing it. Really good.
I used to think, like, when I saw Kasabian like headlining, was it Why Not or Truck a few years
Yeah.
ago? I used to think, oh, how the mighty have
What a fall
fallen.
from grace.
Yeah, because of whatever happened. But you know what? They didn't deserve that at all.
I thought the same. I was like discounting Kasabian as like they've fallen off. Fuck them. Like, you know,
But you know what? They're fucking great.
I've never been proved so wrong.
Yeah.
They'd be a great replacement for Sam Fender at least.
Yeah, they would, man.
Yeah. You know what? The same kind of crowd,
Yeah.
I reckon, as well.
Yeah.
Because they please almost everyone does Kasabian as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, they.
I mean, they please the indie crowd for sure,
Mm-hmm.
and then they'll have
The
a lot
Please Your
of
Fatboy Slim crowd.
yeah.
You know what? Even some of that, like, I loved.
They've
Well,
always done that.
Won't spoil the show, but like some of the
They've always done that, and it's brilliant.
A little thing. I don't know.
Your cock.
You probably won't put great. You probably won't put it in the Transmit thing. But when we were at Transmit this weekend, I was speaking to this guy, and these two girls came over to me.
It's in. It's in the vid.
Okay.
Do you want me to talk about it?
No. I'll watch it.
Okay, I'll leave it.
We'll talk about that in the
Yeah,
Transmit. Well, not to Danny White it and be
Yeah.
militant. It'll be funnier when people discover it in the vlog. But it is in there.
Who's on after Kasabian?
The Black Keys.
Oh,
I have
yeah.
nothing to say.
I don't like. I like the Black Keys. I think they're all right, but there's a
Yeah, I
time
do.
and place for them. They're not a band that I'll put on and like, yeah, they're a band I put on and just have as like the background noise. It's just nice to chill out to. It's a bit like Kings of
Yeah.
Leon.
Yeah, I like the Black Keys. I appreciate what they do, and I love the like bluesy, like
Yeah, exactly that.
rock.
Yeah.
And I love like I love some of the tones. I love some
It's
of the
technically a
music.
2-piece, isn't it?
Like
yeah.
it is. Little Black Submarines. I fucking
Yeah.
love that track. I think again,
are
it's all
good.
it's all
They are
about
good.
it's
Yeah.
all about the tone for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, just not
Tony.
not like they could headline a festival over
Yeah,
here.
probably could.
Yeah,
Bingley.
and that's not like unfortunately that's not like a wildly good compliment to them. It's more of a diss at the UK festival scene right now.
Yeah.
And they are good. They're very big, but just not. I don't know. It's almost like they're not a good festival act.
No,
because like at a festival you want to be hyped and like, oh yeah, this is sick.
And that is just a chill out band.
But yeah, it's like a band where you go, that's good.
It's just boring.
I love this. Yeah. I love the way in Lonely Boy he uses the octave pedal. Yeah, it's really good that actually.
Well, we went from that straight to you crowd surfing.
Oh, it was Pup next.
Yeah, Pup next.
Yeah, I need some fucking life.
Yeah, it's warm.
Yeah, Pup were very good. We saw
good.
Saw them for the first time at Coachella crowd surf because I thought that would be funny to do at Coachella considering the location and occasion, and I thought that'd be hilarious. So I did it again at Rockwerchter as like a tribute. Fell flat on my ass. After like language barriers are always fun. Like up, like come on, like 9.
I thought they were all right. The issue is I know they're Canadian, but they sounded just like Terrence and Phillip. Me and Dan were just sat there, just doing the Terrence and Phillip voice all the way through. They just sounded perfect.
When I crowd surfed, I got told, "You do it again, you're out of here."
No way.
Yeah. I was like, "Fuck me, man."
What happened to rock and roll?
Yeah, I thought I was at a rock show. I thought I was at Rockwerchter, not do it again and
rock in the name, no rock in the veins though.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah. Anyway, I was tempted to go over again to see what.
It's like who's like you at Rock for People.
That was so funny, man. Oh my god, that was so fucking funny. That guy.
What's that?
Was furious.
Oh, when he stood on the thing.
I crowd
Stood on
surfed
the
over
water.
at Yumi at 6.
Yeah.
And just ended up stood on a water canister like a big one. God, he was red-faced, furious.
God, that's funny. Who's after Pup? I'll tell you what was good again about that stage, about the slope, like being able to like see over people.
Yes.
It was.
Apart from those women that kept coming around saying like, you can't sit down here. And just no one
bless her.
listened.
Like, she's been instructed like, yeah, you need to tell everyone on the actual slope to go stand up, and she's there like, it's like telling us to come down from the Piccadilly speakers, like, please come down, like, please stand up, everyone.
No,
everyone's
you
got to
come
stand
up.
It's like, no, love, you sit down, like, come on, join us, we're all chilling.
Dear me. But after Pup, we saw Liam Gallagher, who wasn't that good, to be honest with you.
No,
Again,
I think he was having a bit of an off one.
Another UK festival headliner.
UK festival. But do you know what the headliner of that set was?
What?
My mate.
Your mate?
His
mate.
mate with the t-shirt.
God, yeah, you pulled a fucking
So do you know
blinder
what?
there.
So it's really funny that happened because before we went there,
I was looking at
through
White Ralphie's.
Yeah, I wish. I was looking through my drawers and I was looking at t-shirts I've not worn in ages, and I found one, and it's my mate's band, and I was like, do you know what? I've not worn this in a long time. I'm gonna.
I don't want to clash with anyone within a 200-mile radius.
So I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna wear that. So I took it with me, and it just so happened that I've now don't have that t-shirt because some random Belgian man has it because he wanted to switch his t-shirt with
what
me.
Was running through his head that's like yeah,
so because we were watching.
I like that shirt. I must have it.
It definitely wasn't that, but we were looking at him, and
man with
they
glorious
seemed
hair,
like
glorious beard. I must have a piece of him to take home.
They just seemed like, a group of middle-aged men that probably don't go out often, but they were there having a good time, and there was probably some point along there was probably some point along the day where he got dared to like switch his shirt with like the no offense to the back t-shirt, but to the shittest t-shirt he could find. But you know what was interesting though is
you getting married.
We all looked at him because he kind of like stood with a bit of like
looked like Ash Walker.
Yeah, kind of. But I was gonna say
he was a big lad.
He stood with a bit of like, not authority, but as if he was like someone. And he did have a VIP wristband on, to be fair.
Yeah.
And we all kind of made a comment of like, who is this? Because he did keep looking.
They must have replied to his email.
Yeah. But yeah, he just turned around to me and was like, he said he was talking, obviously in Dutch or whatever it was, and I couldn't understand English. And he was like, switch something along those lines. I was like, no, it's all good, because I obviously saw what he had on. And then he did it again. I was like, do you know what? It's funny, innit?
You regret the things you don't do in life.
What was funny is as soon as you'd switched and you had the Ralphie on, I was like, let's
go.
Because you were like, well, no, what if he wants to switch back? I was like, the deed is done.
Yeah.
Let's run off to the wine bar.
Do you know what? It's a great shirt.
Yeah.
I love that
Good
shirt.
fit as well.
Yeah. I've got it with me.
It must be a double XL.
It is a double XL. Yeah. Ralphie's a bit tight fitting.
Who was on after Liam?
So after that, we went to the wine bar because we're like, oh well,
yeah.
Let's
that's when I found out I don't mind rosé.
God, I'd love a glass of wine.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
It'd be good having a little glass for this podcast.
Gia Dub, mate.
Yeah. You should get a box. I think it keeps semi-fresh.
little Gia Dub.
Gia Dub, mate.
Shut the fuck up. Little Gia Dub, man.
Little Gia Dub.
And then,
shut the fuck up.
I missed that one. What was that?
Sorry, carry on. Your story was good, I'm sure.
Thanks. Then, so
who was playing after the wine bar?
Now I can't say this word because I don't want this video to get demonetized. But just a guy that got away with
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Now we've seen them before,
and thanks for being smart there and using your head.
Yeah, of course.
Because the podcast always gets demonetized because people always say stuff that they shouldn't say.
Yeah.
And guess what? The last two haven't. So we've got lucky with them.
Mm.
The difference between the money that a podcast makes, I looked at the data today, it's like 15 times more money on the podcast doesn't make a lot of money, but it's 15 times more when it's
not demonetized.
monetized.
Yeah. Says it already, doesn't it?
Yeah.
One of the most recent demonetized one made £9.
Sick, bro.
And that's not why we do it, but when you've got an opportunity to make it make maybe 150 quid
you
a
get
time.
like a chicken burger from Nando's and that's it?
What, split it 4 ways. So thanks for your attention there.
But so yeah, we saw the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and we've seen them before. And I remember they were rated quite highly in my worst acts I've ever seen live.
Yeah,
I thought it was really. I mean, it didn't help that I literally hadn't slept for 24 hours. But I was going into this with like, do you know what? I'm ready. I'm ready to rectify my issues that I had last time. I'm ready for this. It was just the same. They are truly just not a very good band live.
No, you know what the problem is? It's Anthony Kiedis.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Tony.
It really is Kiedis. How did he slip through those cracks with 3 almost virtuosic musicians?
Yeah,
masters of their craft, especially John.
Yep.
And
hey, Tony, you want to sing for the band?
Kiedis is the best they could come up with, man.
Yeah.
It's terrible, isn't it?
And he's the one who's sus as fuck.
It's because if they get like a really good singer, then
he's got to be the worst like weak link in any band relative to the rest of the band.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of bands all around worse, but in terms of like 3 amazing members, I mean, you could maybe argue Metallica as well to a degree with Lars, but
especially lately.
But Kiedis is the front man.
Yeah.
He's the sound of the Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
Imagine what they could have achieved without him.
They just weren't.
Imagine if it was like Chris Cornell or someone in the fucking Chili Peppers back then.
Or Miles
Kennedy.
Yeah. That would be. See, this is my problem. If he was in that band, it would just be too good.
Yeah.
It would be so good, people wouldn't enjoy it.
Maybe.
That's why Josh had to leave for a bit.
Yeah.
He knew he was just so good.
It was like, you know what, this band's too. I'm doing a lot here. And Kiedis ain't doing shit. He's going all around the world.
I gotta get the money in you.
Black bandana, sweet Louisiana. What the fuck?
Let's get Pat Finney on the podcast, man.
Yeah,
I love Pat
Red Hot
Finney,
Chili
man.
Peppers, thumbs up.
I love that bit.
It's a thumbs down from us.
I'm waiting for the next main. What makes that sound
if you're
thing.
listening and watching and you're into music, which obviously you are, but I mean into like
a bit.
Do you know what? I would just say a blanket recommendation for everyone, and it's probably only going to land with a small percentage, but we can't describe him. But check out Pat Finity's "What Makes This Song Stink" series.
It's so good.
It's probably the best series on YouTube.
See,
Besides from what went down.
The thing is with Pat
Finity
is you've kind of to fully appreciate. You've got to go down a specific path, which is like Rick Beato, and watch his series and be like, oh, this guy's good. I like him.
Anyone that watches Rick will like.
Yeah, exactly. But then you've got to give it enough time to watch Rick and be like, oh yeah, his series are great, but like he has a few like memes with himself. And then you've got to find Pat and be like, oh my god, this is specifically tailored to my fucking like to my humor.
Yeah, it's great. Pat Finity is the channel. What Makes This Song Stink is the series. Watch it from the oldest to the newest. Yeah. It's absolutely incredible. If even one person that's listening does that, then I'll feel
we've done what we need to do.
We've done a good job.
Anyway, fuck Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, terrible.
Fine, I guess. Big headliner, massive.
And then we went back to camp, and we did this like so. The nightlife in our camp was terrible. Yeah, but we did this like we were hammered. And we did this weird like Guns N' Roses music video thing.
Well, one shot. This. Oh, it's so.
It was like an extended shot, like so one take.
Right.
And like Jake could be sat
there,
one end of the massive room, and he'd go like knocking on heaven's door, hey, and then like we'd run to the other end where you're just sat on the table, and you'd pick up the knocking on heaven's, and then it'd run to like the other corner, and Dan's just there, knocking. It was really weird, and it didn't really translate.
No, it didn't. But it was
in the
funny at the time.
But it was funny because it was a pretty big room. That it was like
and we were the only people in there.
Yeah,
that's really annoying because that sounds hilarious.
Oh, it was really funny. Yeah, we were really.
Was that the, I guess that was the end of the night. Like,
yeah, it was
doing that. And
we didn't like go out.
Yeah, I'll tell you why. So we wanted to stay in there. We wanted to get a few drinks, but the music was so shit. They didn't have a DJ.
It was just a Spotify.
It was Spotify, but they kept skipping.
It wasn't like a curated Spotify playlist. It was just what they wanted on.
Yeah.
So they kept skipping loads of stuff.
It was
like, do you not want to sell more drinks and like get a crowd in here and like made a load of money at bar? They were just like, no.
Then the next day was a really quiet day for us.
Yeah, we'd already decided what we were gonna do is just drive an hour and 10 minutes. Oh no, for like 50 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Into Brussels. Yeah. And just spend like most of the day in Brussels, and God, it were boring.
Yeah, it was.
Brussels is good for one night.
Yeah.
Specifically,
and a night out.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's good for maybe a day of walking around, and maybe an afternoon of walking around actually, and then a night out.
Yeah. That's where Massimo Snoggio happened in Brussels.
Yeah.
So we can prove that you can get pretty lit.
Yeah.
We went to a museum of musical instruments, which was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And we've seen this thing, trumpet thing like Curly Whirly. That's what Dan said.
Quote Danny White.
So there's all these like historic like brass horns or whatever you'd call it. And Dan just goes, just one of them things without thinking. Like any of us could have said it.
Yeah.
He just goes, look at that trumpet thing like Curly Whirly. And since then we've referenced it almost every day, and I don't think he's even in on the reference. I think if we said it to him, he wouldn't know it was him that said it.
So stupid.
Yeah.
Brussels was all right.
Yeah, it was better than sitting in camp doing nothing.
Yeah,
because there wasn't anyone.
There was nothing on
until the headliner of
that night.
Saturday.
And they are my new favourite live band.
God, they are so good.
They are electrifying.
Yes, we're talking about Muse.
They are the fucking.
I had the pleasure of seeing them in Huddersfield, and they were brilliant. And I was so excited to see them again. They're fucking great. And you know what?
Every song was fucking awesome.
You know what? The new album is also pretty good.
I was listening to it today.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
It's one of those where it's maybe a slight grower, but it's so much better live as well.
Yeah,
it's one of those
absolutely.
albums.
Just that Will of the People song, like just
Yeah.
the structure of that. Like I watched Anthony Fantano on YouTube, and I watched his review of Will of the People, the album, before I'd listened or even entertained the album, which is always a bad thing to do because he dragged it. Because obviously it's probably not like super, artsy or I don't know, whatever. But that the
it's
Will
another
of the
Muse
People
album, right?
is brilliant.
Yeah.
And it was great live and God, yeah, they just
Some of the
shred.
Some of the chugs on that song as well are like so meaty.
They
I
rip
love
so
it.
fucking hard. The Muse, the lights are great, the pyro's great, and their songs are just fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I said in the vid, they're my favourite band I've seen the least times. Muse are always in my top 5 bands.
So specific.
Muse have always been in my top 5, like always. This isn't a new thing.
They're just like a little.
But
secret
I just
band
never
that-
see them.
They're just always there, aren't they? Like you'd sort of. It's mad. I find it mad that you didn't come see him in Huddersfield.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
I had too much to do, mate.
I know you couldn't, but fuck me, man, it was so good.
Yeah. At least I don't mind not going because I had a good excuse.
Yeah.
It's like, why didn't I go to Manchester the last tour?
Yeah.
Why have I only seen him 3 times?
That's they're
Over the course of, so now it's 12 years and I've seen him 4 times. But I need to ramp the Muse numbers up.
Oh, they got a tour.
They do, yeah.
Later on in the year.
Um,
Sign me up.
And my favourite guitar riff of all time is
Yeah.
Knights of Sidonia's ending.
Would have been
riff.
nice to hear it, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And that was so annoying because I
Yeah.
was so excited, but it got cut off.
Just some technical issues, wasn't it?
A real big shame. But you know what?
Yeah.
It'll keep me coming back actually.
Yeah.
'Cause
Everyone was really happy because they played Showbiz, which is obviously something.
Yeah, I think if you're like a deep fan, if you're like a real big fan, then you're like, oh, I've probably heard Nice
I'll
Society.
take that any day.
Yeah, and you're like, oh shit, Showbiz, fucking sick. So did you hear that apparently they played that? So apparently it was an issue with the in-ears, the backing track.
Oh, really?
And that's what the technical difficulty was. And the reason that they played Showbiz
Because it was so
is
bare bones.
because it's bare bones. It doesn't have any backing track. It's just like
Yeah.
They must be so used
guitar
to
bass
that now as
and-
well. After like it's probably been in the roster for.
yeah,
I know it's not
exactly,
been in it for a few
exactly.
years, but But I mean, how important isn't in here? This is me showing my ill education.
Think of the middle of the song, like the "No One's Gonna Take Me Alive" bit.
You could mute that, and I could probably still come in at the right time. And I'm a fucking amateur. Matt Bellamy, Dom Howard, and I think they could have still done it, and it would have sounded fine.
So like
You just need to watch what Dom's doing.
Yeah.
You can see what. Anyway, do you know what? I'll jump twice as high when I see Knights of Sidonia next time. And we got to have Dan kind of went off on his own for whatever reason, and then we got back to camp.
Yeah.
And we got to have just a funny moment
Yeah.
with the speakers.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah. That was
we
that,
had
that
our
was
own
fun.
Nights of
So
Sidonia.
just so typically us that.
Yeah.
Just so.
We set the tripod up. We use these speakers called UE Rolls. You can't get them anymore, but you sometimes find them popping up on eBay or whatever. And they're cheap and they're fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
They're waterproof and you can stick them to the outside of your bag. But you can link to, I think it's just 2.
Yeah.
But you can stereo them in the app.
Yeah.
And we did that. And we clipped them onto a fence and we set the tripod up with the flash.
Yeah, it was
And
great.
we just had the Knights of Sidonia drop ourselves and people like walking past watching us.
Just acting like utter buffoons.
Yeah.
We
It
were
was
hammered.
like people were like laughing, not at us, but like with us. Like we're fucking loving it. Like sometimes you got to create your own fun.
And
we
we
did.
sure did. And Rockwerchter was great.
Yeah.
Would I go back? It certainly won't be a priority just because there's so little to show you. We've shown you everything.
Yeah.
and
I mean, that's
our
the
mission.
reason why we bailed on Sunday, because like we
We wanted to show you something interesting.
Yeah.
And
yeah, and Sunday
And all there was
unfortunately,
the Arctic Monkeys.
like Arctic Monkeys, which we showed at Glasgow, and I haven't checked the set list, but I bet it was very
the
much
same.
the same fucking thing. Brilliant. Go watch the Glasgow video, you'll get the idea. Queens of the Stone Age, which we don't really care about. We do like them, but that was the only real thing keeping us there, and it wasn't worth staying for to have an 8-hour drive on Monday.
No.
And then who else was there before Queens of the
Lil
Stone
Nas
Age?
X.
Lil Nas X, we saw him at Glasgow.
Rosalia,
we were
maybe.
like, yeah, it's like all Glasgow, like we didn't want to show you the same thing twice, so we thought, you know what, we'll fuck off early and actually get some rest.
Yeah.
Drive back and be fresh on Monday, and it was lovely, and we appreciate ourselves for doing so.
We'll end on a good friend of ours in Live Nation tried to sort us out some tickets for this event and totally unnecessarily reached out to apologize that he didn't sort it for us, or that he tried. He did try, but he couldn't sort it. And I said to him, well, first of all, thanks very much, but you don't need to apologize because now we've got a great title for the video. And that's kind of such a Mr. Beast thing. You said it, I think, but like you've got to work from the title backwards. Yeah. And it's what makes me kind of like, you know, we've got a few good titled videos coming out in the next 3 for sure. Yeah. I don't know what we're going to call the 3 after that.
Yeah.
So get your thinking caps on.
Yeah, but sometimes the situations arise themselves, and that creates the title. But you gotta have a good lead for a video, right? Or it's not. People just ain't gonna watch it. In fact, that's the nature of the beast, right?
Yeah.
We met so many lovely people at Rockwerchter, so many locals to Belgium.
Didn't realise it.
They love TPD TV over there. Yeah, so fucking nice.
Didn't realise we were in at all like known
on anyone's radar.
We were on lots of people's radar, it turned out. We really felt very loved. So thank you for having us. I would definitely recommend going to Rockwerchter.
Yeah, give it a try.
For sure.
Excellent lineup. Very easy setup. But
buy your tickets early and get in the Hive because that sounds like the spot to be. But
if you want to try something new, if you're sick of the same old shit over here, try just going over there. It's an easy drive as well. Yeah. Or fly but I wouldn't recommend that.
Thanks so much for listening. Press like, comment, subscribe. And it's been a good one.
That's been good. Thanks, boys.
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers.
I'm going to finish that transmit video now.
Yeah, I'm going to go to I'm going to go to sleep.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah.
What are you going to do, Raz?
Nab the other end of the Guitar Hero controller and Guitar Hero and maybe play a bit of that before I go to sleep.
Lovely.
That's a good idea. Man.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week.
See you then.
For the next one.
Very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
Oh, one sec. Let me do this. Click that. Press this. There we go.
Oh, seamless.
Yeah, my first rodeo.